Hi, I'm Suzanne Scarrow. I'm the Executive Director of West Island Mission. I'm here today with the Mellor Group talking about our needs. We're walking into our busiest time of year, and West Island Mission is a local food bank that serves 400 families struggling with food insecurity on the West Island.
What do you mean, like
Just people,
diluted or
yeah, exactly. It just
it's
ends up too saturated and people stop listening. Um, and that's starting to happen with the fact that food insecurity is one of the top issues right now
what's been
in our economic.
right? It's been a topic for the last year and a half,
So
2 years.
people aren't listening to it anymore.
Oh, okay, okay.
So people now are saying, you're aware because you run a campaign for it. But people now are saying, yeah, that's just going to be part of life.
It's what it is.
It is what it is. And that's going to hurt us and it's going to hurt our clients because it just falls on deaf ears. So I'll only go into the media when I have a solution. Because if you're going into the media just constantly with a problem, people are going to say, "Oh, I'm not listening to that girl anymore. She just complains." Because
Okay.
it's me, right? It's
Yeah.
me. It's not West Island Mission. It's me that they see. Oh, there she is again. Oh,
Well,
she
you're the
complains.
face, so yes. So what is the solution that this year you're bringing forward?
Well, the solution is that we need more cash over cans. We need people to understand that being socially responsible from a financial perspective is super important right now. Whether it's, we have donors, monthly donors that are kids that are putting $20 a month into Canada Helps. That makes a big difference, right? But it's them going to their friends and saying, we need to be responsible. So it continues to build and just make sure that people are um, doing what they can. And people get hung up on, well, their administrative costs. Yeah, it costs to hire good people.
Yeah, you can't
And
you
we
can't
can't run an operation without administrative costs
on this scale.
on this scale.
Yeah.
And as you grow, those grow. We try to make sure all of our administrative costs fall below 50% of our annual budget. But that's really hard when you're paying $12,000 a month
So
rent.
we started talking before about the fact that you guys moved
Yeah,
to a much bigger facility, better, but
better.
much more costly in the end. So that's where the money comes in, or what do you say,
Cash over cans.
cash over cans.
And if we are procuring at a better price than what you're going into Metro Provigo, that's all that much better for our clients. So if we can make your $20 go that much further than you buying us a couple of items, why
Yes.
not?
So you were talking about the milk, and what
And
is the
eggs,
eggs that this was usually acquired through the cash donations,
exactly.
and but now.
Right now, we've put that on hold because we used our cash to buy all of our gardens. So we haven't changed our programs. We've just tightened our belt, just like everybody else. We've tightened our belt to make sure that we're making sure that we can keep the door open. If people are coming in, we spend $10 a head on milk and eggs, and someone's coming in and paying $5 per visit, we're already in the hole.
Yeah,
So
losing.
when we have a cash reserve, that's great. We can use it and we're happy to use it. But when we don't, we have to be careful. So we're in a place where we're being careful, and we've never experienced that before, but everybody's experiencing it.
And what about the demand? I mean, last year when we met, it was up, and now I forget the figures, but it was substantially up.
It's still up that same percentage.
It's up from last year, or it's
Yeah. So last year when you guys would have come in, we were at around 350. We're serving over 400 families. The demographic has changed in the sense that 35% of our clientele now are seniors. So we serve around 850 to 1,000 individuals, but that when the demographic changes and it's a single adult versus a double income, low income family, it changes. But it's still the same amount of families coming through per appointment.
Someone watching this might feel that, well, I'm in a situation where I can't even maybe get the basics, or what qualifies. How can we qualify? How do you qualify someone's
Someone's
ability
needs.
to be able to benefit or go to
So we do by circumstance situations. Like we tend to not have people who own homes on our database, only because you can't collect welfare if you own a home. You have an asset that you can potentially liquidate. Yeah, that takes time, and you get to a place where, you know, it's going to take a couple months to figure all that out. But we follow the CRA's low income standard.
Okay.
And because we're on the West Island, we've taken that standard and bumped it almost 10%, because that low income standard is so low that it doesn't make sense.
So someone might not know all the requirements and all that, but they can just go on your website,
Yeah.
see, I guess there's some information about that, and then they apply? Is it like an
Sure. So the
application?
first thing you see, if you go to West Island Mission or wimwa.org, the first thing you see is a food assistance form. So you can fill that out. Because of Bill 25, it just states your name, size of family, and where you live. That instantly tells us if you qualify to come to West Island Mission, because we serve certain pockets of the West Island. We don't service Dorval, and we don't service St. Anne de Bellevue. So we instantly know. And then from there, the people will receive a phone call or an email that says, okay, now we need to know your household income. And sometimes it feels invasive, but it just allows us to be able to serve everybody that we need. We do not have a wait list. Many food banks do, and many food banks at this time of year shut down their database. They won't take on extra clients knowing Christmas is coming, and just
because they can't fulfill the demand.
can't
Maybe that's
fulfill
right.
the demand.
Okay.
So we're in a place now where we can still fulfill the demand, but we're being careful. So we're not buying milk and eggs, so that we can continue. Every single week, we have 8 to 10 new clients.
And you can keep on growing to a certain
We keep
extent?
on growing. People do fall off, whether they've moved or are in a good situation, or a lot of people with mental health issues just aren't getting out of bed. So they won't come to get food if they're not getting out of bed.
So this is something that and now maybe I'm going in the direction that's not the purpose, but
Yep.
do you follow up? Is there
Of course.
is there a process in place where you will help at the same time
Always.
for the
So
people
we,
to
yeah.
get the proper help and or the resources
Yep.
or the training or the I don't know what to get them out of maybe a tough situation?
Yeah, so we hired a reintegration specialist on staff, who she's the one who onboards all of our clients, and she follows up with everybody. So, you know, we've seen it multiple times. When you hit 60, you come off of welfare and you go on to pension.
Okay.
No one knows how to fill out those forms. If you don't have the capacity to get out of bed in the morning, chances are you're not filling out those forms. Sandra Watson makes sure that those forms are filled out. If you make $1,600 a month and your rent is $1,500 and you haven't paid your rent in 3 months and your credit card bills are maxed, Sandra's the one who will get you all the forms filled out to get you into low-income housing. The benefit is if we put in a referral to the CS or the CLSC, someone is seen right away, because it's a social organization bringing a problem forward other than just an individual. So if we're putting a referral in, it gets seen pretty quick. So we realized that food insecurity has nothing to do with food. It's a Band-Aid.
Right.
Band-Aids heal, so it's necessary. But in order to get you back on your feet, we needed to be part of the process.
So you need the visibility, you need the awareness. Although you've been doing this for how many years?
I've been the director
you
for 8
personally-
years, and before that I was on the board and then a volunteer. So it's been 12, 15 years.
So you said to me last year, and I wasn't expecting this, but it's also just if someone cannot bring or give financially, just for whatever reason, and maybe they're also tight on their food situation, but they want to participate, they want to help. You were saying, you know, just spreading the word, just using social and talking about the situation.
Yeah, building awareness is key.
But I think
It's
a lot of
everything.
people that I've talked to about that, because they see the post, they see what we do, and they're like, oh, you know, I don't know if they say, I don't know if I feel comfortable putting that on my social. Well, this is what the West Island Mission wants. This is what you were asking for us to do, and the people that see this to share to their network.
For
Because
sure.
why? Because obviously they get it's more visibility, it's more
It's
opportunities.
like strength in numbers. So if people on the West Island or anywhere are
Yeah.
sharing that message and building awareness, you don't know what the problems are if you're not looking for them. If someone puts it in your face or makes you aware, you socially feel like you have a responsibility. You start to notice the West Island mission box at Provigo Kirkland, and you think, oh, okay, well, next time when I go through the checkout, I'm going to put a box of cereal in, or I'm going to educate my kids and have them put it in just so I can have that conversation. We're starting to see poverty on the West Island visually at the
Right.
corner. You're seeing people panhandling. They might be entrepreneurs. They might be, that's how they make their living, and that's fine. But you will also see people that you can tell they really need this donation or whatever. People will say, "Oh, I won't give them money. I'll give them food." At the end of the day, your $5 is not going to make a difference in their life. It might help them for that moment, but like you don't hold that power at all. You're not going to make a difference. So give them a couple of bucks. It's an opportunity if you have two kids in the back seat to say, not everybody has the same as we have.
Yeah.
So it's just building awareness that there's poverty on the West Island. There's pockets. We're not all privileged, and we have a social responsibility to help out. It feels good. Why not?
And this is the time of year that it comes up more. I guess it's just the season. It's just more. It's easier to see, I guess. Let me put it that way. But this is an effort that goes on year round.
Year round.
And you had last year, and I'm sure you have more than that. But we went and helped out at Fairview. There was the
toy drive.
The toy drive.
Yeah, the toy drive.
I
We're
know
doing
that
again.
Kirkland does also something in collaboration with the West Island Mission, which I forget what it is. But
So Kirkland does a major food drive where all the food banks and the Salvation Army are at. That is the first weekend in December.
like the pickup at the house or something.
Pick up at the house.
Yeah.
And then this year we're doing it with the city of Point Claire, just us. And we are calling it Porch to Pantry.
Porch to Pantry.
So we will pick up at everybody's house. We will have teams of volunteers that go around and pick up. That's on November 10th. So people, it's easy. People just have to put a bag out on their porch. We will pick it up. We've taken out the driving. We've taken out the excuse.
You're going and picking it up.
We're picking it up.
So someone watching wants to help these events, these things that are planned. I guess it's all on the website.
It'll all be on our website under our calendar of events. And it will be on all over our social media and hopefully all over yours.
Absolutely.
So when we post, our network will start to share, and then people start to see, oh, I can drop off a toy November 24th at Fairview, a brand new toy. Excellent. It's going to go to a mom and dad who are going to pick it for their child and put it under their Christmas tree or whatever holiday they celebrate. Our food drives, people will be walking into Provigo the weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of November. It's an opportunity. You'll see all the school teams outside or hockey teams outside.
That's nice.
You can drop it off, put it in our van. It's very easy. We're taking out the trouble.
And your new location, anybody can show up.
Absolutely. We're right on Brunswick. So now we're visible. People just drive in the back. There's a donation box in the back, and our back door is always open. Welcome to drop off at any time. Because we're double the space, we can take donations all day long.
Okay.
Part of the reason why we expanded, we went from 3,000 to 6,000, was so that we could accommodate the demand. More people can shop it during those appointment times than we had before. There's no crowd, and people can drop off, and volunteers can date and sort all the time. We can have our complete operation functioning, not 8 to 5, no problem.
Well, thank you very much, Susan, for coming and sharing this with everybody. And we will do our best to put this out there on all platforms. And we ask everybody that's watching to do the same and to reshare.
Yeah, and if people see your boxes in retails, they'll know that it's coming here. And so we've just our three mandates our three pillars that we live by are in the community, for the community, by the community. And so you guys are part of the by. You're extending a helping hand in the sense of sending these boxes out for a food drive at Christmas, and those retails or businesses will come and drop off to us. Just builds community all the way around. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, and please share as much as possible, and go on the website. Everything's on the website.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is an opportunity for us to build awareness and to ask the community to remember cash over cans, food drives at your local grocery stores. Keep us in mind this holiday season and do your best to be socially responsible.